She was only 5 years old, full of energy, laughter, and innocence, when she suddenly vanished without a trace. One moment, little Summer Wells was playing around her family's home in the Tennessee hills, and the next, she was gone. No sounds, no warnings, no answers. And now, after 4 years and 2 months, the question remains, where is Summer Wells? Recently, investigators reignited the search with a haunting release, an age progression image showing what Summer might look like today at 9 years old. Her blue eyes, her short blonde hair, her childlike smile, all reshaped by time into the face of a girl who should be in school, laughing with friends, but who is instead still missing. And there's another piece of the puzzle that refuses to fade. A 1998 to 2000 maroon Toyota Tacoma with a ladder rack and white buckets in the back. It was spotted near her home on the day she vanished. A vehicle that no one has ever identified, yet one investigators still believe could be the key to this mystery. Could this truck, or its driver, hold the answers to what happened on June 15, 2021? We're about to take you deep into this story, from the first desperate hours of the search to the lingering questions that keep this case alive. But before we begin, I want to challenge you. Look closely at that new image of Summer. Could you recognize her today? Remember the maroon Tacoma? Could that detail spark someone's memory? And most importantly, share this video, because the right eyes on this story could change everything. And if you believe, like we do, that every missing child deserves to come home, then hit subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join us on this mission to keep Summer's story alive until the truth is found. Because sometimes the answers hide in plain sight, and sometimes all it takes is one person paying attention. This is the case of Summer Wells. It was the afternoon of June 15, 2021, deep in the hills of Hawkins County, Tennessee, a place where time seems to move slowly, where neighbors know each other by name, and where children run freely across wide open yards. 5-year-old Summer Moon Utah Wells was spending the day at home with her mother, Candace Bly, her grandmother, and her 3 older brothers. That home, a small single-story house on Ben Hill Road, sits tucked away at the end of a gravel path surrounded by thick woods. Peaceful, quiet, isolated. Earlier that day, Candace said she and Summer had been helping Grandma plant flowers in the yard. It was the kind of simple activity a child loves, digging into the soil, patting it down, watering the plants. By late afternoon, Candace recalls Summer wanting to go back inside. She says she watched her little girl head in through the back door and told her boys to keep an eye on her. According to Candace, the boys replied that Summer had gone down to the basement, her favorite spot in the house, where she often played with her toys. But within minutes, that ordinary summer routine turned into a nightmare. When Candace walked inside and called for her daughter, there was no answer. She checked the basement. Empty. She searched the bedrooms, the closets, the corners where a child might hide. Nothing. Panic began to rise as she moved outside, calling her daughter's name into the thick Tennessee woods that bordered their property. Still, nothing. By 6:30 p.m., desperation set in. The 911 call went out. A little girl was missing, possibly taken from her own home. Law enforcement wasted no time. Deputies from the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office rushed to the scene. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, or TBI, was notified, and within hours, the peaceful valley was swarming with emergency vehicles, search teams, and helicopters overhead. The search effort that began that night would quickly grow into one of the largest in state history. Crews brought in canine dogs to pick up her scent, but the trail stopped suddenly with no clear direction. Dive teams scoured nearby ponds and creeks. Drones scanned the rugged terrain. Hundreds of volunteers joined the effort, shouting her name through the hollows and ridges. For 13 straight days, the search was relentless, covering nearly every inch of the surrounding area.
Yet despite thousands of hours, hundreds of people, and countless prayers, the result was always the same. No trace of Summer. No footprints, no clothing, no sign of a struggle. It was as if this 5-year-old girl had simply vanished into thin air. And with every hour that passed, one haunting question echoed louder and louder through Hawkins County and beyond. What really happened to Summer Wells on that summer evening?
Now, let's dive into the investigation. Fully sit back and stay with us. Please subscribe and click the notification bell. We are committed to bringing you the right evidence with truth. When Summer Wells first vanished, it was as if the earth itself swallowed her whole. The Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, backed by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, TBI, and the FBI, launched one of the largest searches in Tennessee history. Over 1,500 tips poured in during the first year. Search teams slogged through dense Appalachian terrain, cut through brush, drained ponds, and even brought in specialized scent-tracking canine units. But despite all of this, the trail went cold almost immediately. No clothing, no toys, no tracks in the mud, nothing. And when there are no clear answers, the vacuum is quickly filled with speculation. Online sleuths, neighbors, and even the national media started asking hard questions about Summer's home life, her parents' statements, and what could have really happened on that June afternoon. This is where we begin separating the online theories from the official, confirmed facts. Internet clues, speculation, and theories. Candace Bly's timeline inconsistencies. Candace, Summer's mother, told investigators that Summer was last seen in the family's basement after returning from a quick trip to town. But in interviews, her details seemed to shift slightly, fueling online suspicion. Was she outside gardening? Inside watching TV? Why did her version feel fragmented? Don Wells's media appearances. Don, Summer's father, gave multiple interviews on TV and YouTube channels. At times, he appeared distraught, begging for her return. Other times, his tone seemed detached, even defensive. Internet chatter questioned whether he knew more than he admitted. His past criminal record, including arrests related to drugs and domestic issues, only added fuel to the speculation. Neighbor reports. Some neighbors later claimed they saw or heard unusual activity near Ben Hill Road the evening Summer disappeared. A few even described hearing screams in the woods. However, these reports remain unverified and never made it into official law enforcement briefings. Trafficking theories. On forums like Reddit and Facebook, many speculated that Summer may have been abducted and sold into trafficking. Some users connected the case to regional trafficking arrests in Tennessee, yet investigators have never confirmed any direct link between these operations and Summer. The red Toyota Tacoma mystery. Online sleuth zeroed in on the strange sighting of a red or maroon Toyota Tacoma with ladder racks and white buckets in the bed. Internet detectives circulated photos of similar trucks, trying to crowdsource leads. But without the driver ever coming forward, it remains one of the most enduring mysteries. Check. Verified facts. What we know officially. Timeline confirmation. TBI confirmed Summer was last seen outside her home around 6:30 p.m. on June 15, 2021. Her mother, Candace, said she walked Summer inside and then returned moments later to find her missing. Canine scent trail. Tracking dogs followed Summer's scent from the basement through the yard and then lost it at the end of the driveway. This detail strongly suggests she entered a vehicle, though investigators have never confirmed abduction. No forced entry. Police confirmed there was no sign of forced entry at the Wells home. Massive search operation. Over 5,000 acres were searched in the first weeks. Crews used drones, divers, helicopters, and infrared cameras. By the end of 2021, the official search had become one of the most expensive and extensive in Tennessee history. The Tacoma investigation. The TBI made a rare public appeal asking the driver of the Tacoma to come forward. To this day, the driver has never been identified, and the vehicle remains a critical piece of the investigation. Parents not cleared. Law enforcement has publicly stated, quote, "At this time, no one is cleared. Everyone is still a person of interest." Both Dawn and Candace remain under scrutiny, but no arrests have ever been made related to Summer's disappearance. As of August 15th, 2025, exactly 4 years and 2 months, Summer Wells remains missing. She would be 9 years old. The TBI continues to receive and process tips, and the case is officially still active. The deeper we look into Summer Wells' case, the more it becomes clear. This isn't just a story about a missing child. It's also a story about a family under a microscope and how their words, actions, and contradictions fueled both suspicion and heartbreak. Internet clues, speculation, and contradictions. The changing storyline. Online investigators quickly noticed that Candace Bly and Dawn Wells' interviews sometimes contradicted each other. For example, Candace said she last saw Summer walking into the house, while Dawn insisted she was outside near the swing. Internet chatter exploded. Were these memory gaps or cover-ups? Both parents went online and podcasts to plead for Summer's return, but instead of sympathy, many viewers felt their behavior was odd. Candace avoided eye contact, Dawn often rambled, and sometimes they argued live on air. These appearances became viral clips dissected frame by online sleuths. The basement window debate. Some users theorize that Summer could have been abducted through a basement window. Photos of the Wells home circulated online, with strangers analyzing its structure. However, critics pointed out that the window was too small for an adult to enter or exit easily, making this theory unlikely. The alcohol and drug allegations. Rumors spread that the Wells household was unsafe, with accusations of substance use and neglect. Some internet voices even claimed Summer's disappearance might be linked to a tragic accident covered up by the family. But again, these are theories, not confirmed evidence. Verified facts. Law enforcement. The official timeline. Law enforcement has repeatedly said the Wells' statements remain inconsistent at times, but they have never confirmed deception. Instead, investigators remind the public that traumatic events often lead to conflicting memories. Parents cooperated initially. In the early days, both Candace and Dawn participated in searches and gave multiple media interviews. But over time, their relationship with law enforcement soured. Dawn was arrested in late 2021 for a DUI, and after his release, the family appeared less frequently in the media. Home environment. Court documents revealed that Child Protective Services temporarily removed Summer's 3 brothers from the Wells home following her disappearance. However, the exact reasons were sealed by the court, and officials have never linked this removal directly to Summer's case. The basement theory, shut down. TBI confirmed that while the basement door was accessible, there was no evidence of forced entry. The window theory was dismissed as the structure made it nearly impossible. Still, no clear suspect. Despite heavy speculation about the parents, law enforcement maintains, quote, "We do not have enough evidence to charge anyone in this case. Every person, including family, remains under investigation."
After months with no physical evidence, one theory rises above the rest. Someone took Summer, but who and how? Investigators have never confirmed an abduction. In a case with so few clues, one detail keeps resurfacing: a maroon-red 1998 to 2000 Toyota Tacoma with a full-bed ladder rack and white buckets, spotted near Beach Creek, Ben Hill, around the time Summer vanished. Authorities publicly asked the driver to come forward. To this day, no one has. This is what people say. Classic roadside abduction. Some online sleuths argue that because the scent dogs lost track at the road, Summer might have been quickly grabbed into a waiting vehicle. Others counter that the terrain itself could break a scent trail. What do you think? Drop your opinion in the comments. Trafficking rings. Social media users have linked Summer's disappearance to regional trafficking activity. These claims are speculative, but they keep the conversation alive online. Have you seen any credible leads about this? Share below. The Tacoma equals the key. Sleuths have shared photos of similar trucks, convinced the unknown driver witnessed something, or worse. None of these photos have been verified. If you recognize a truck like this, tell us in the comments. It could be crucial. Our verified facts, what we can prove. Abduction not confirmed. TBI states there's no definitive evidence proving abduction, though they continue to consider all possibilities. The Tacoma is real as a lead. The TBI officially described the 1998 to 2000 maroon red Toyota Tacoma with a ladder rack and white buckets and urged the driver to contact 1-800-TBI-FIND. The driver has never been identified. Roadside scent claim. Dogs lost Summer's scent at the road, reported by her father, but this detail has not been confirmed independently by investigators. Case status today, Summer remains missing. The Amber Alert is still active, and the TBI recently released a new age progression image to generate leads, warning the public to avoid misinformation. Here's what we want to hear from you. Do you think the Toyota Tacoma could be the key to this case? Could Summer have been abducted by someone passing through, or is another scenario more likely? Have you seen a vehicle like this or noticed suspicious activity in cases like this before? Drop your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Every tip, observation, or perspective could help someone piece together this puzzle. And as you share, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because the more people who see it, the greater the chance of finding answers. When a child disappears, the clock becomes the most important witness. In Summer Wells' case, the exact minutes and hours of June 15, 2021 have been scrutinized endlessly, and yet contradictions appear. Some statements from her family and neighbors suggest Summer was inside the house minutes before she vanished. Others claim she was outside, tending to flowers or playing near the driveway. And then there's the scent tracking detail. K9 units followed her trail from the basement, but it ended abruptly at the edge of the driveway, suggesting she may have entered a vehicle. What people say. Timeline confusion. Online investigators noticed discrepancies between Candace and Don's accounts of when they last saw Summer. Some say this hints at a cover-up. Others argue it's just human memory failing under stress. What do you think? Do the timeline inconsistencies matter? Share your thoughts below. Neighbor accounts. Some internet users reported alleged sightings of a suspicious person or vehicle near the Wells home that evening. These reports were never verified. Have you seen or heard anything similar? Let us know in the comments. The driveway scent theory. Many believe the lost scent at the driveway proves an abduction. Others argue it could have been a misread or environmental factor. Which side do you agree with? Tell us below. Our verified facts. What we can confirm. Canine tracking. Dogs tracked Summer's scent from inside the basement through the yard, losing it at the driveway. Verified by the TBI. Witness statements. Family and neighbors gave multiple interviews, and investigators confirmed slight inconsistencies between them. This is common in high-stress situations, but remains under investigation. Search timeline. By the evening of June 15th, law enforcement had deployed helicopters, divers, and ground teams across the surrounding 5,000-acre search area. No physical evidence found. Despite detailed searches, investigators never recovered any physical trace of Summer's clothing, toys, or personal items. Now it's your turn again. Looking at the different timelines, which count seems most plausible? Do you think the driveway scent ending points to an abduction, or could there be another explanation? Could anyone have noticed the Toyota Tacoma or another vehicle in that narrow window of time?
Drop your theories and observations in the comments below. Every perspective helps shed light on the mystery of summer wells. And if you haven't already, like this video and subscribe, because the more people watching and discussing, the greater the chance of finding the truth about summer wells. 4 years and 2 months have passed since Summer Wells disappeared. She would be 9 years old today. And yet, despite exhaustive searches, thousands of tips, and countless hours from law enforcement, Summer remains missing. Her story continues to grip Tennessee, the nation, and everyone following this case. And while questions remain unanswered, one thing is clear: the public's eyes and voices matter. Like I said earlier, authorities recently released a new age progression image showing what Summer may look like now. A 9-year-old girl whose face is still familiar, yet marked by time. And there is still that maroon/red Toyota Tacoma, a lead that may hold the key to answers, waiting for the right person to step forward. Now it's over to you, dear audience. Do you have any information or theories about Summer's disappearance? Have you seen someone matching her age-progressed image? What do you think happened on June 15th, 2021? Drop your comments below. Every tip, theory, or observation matters. And don't forget, like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Staying updated ensures you never miss a critical lead. Together, we can help keep Summer's story alive and maybe, just maybe, find the answers everyone has been searching for. Because missing children deserve to be found, and no lead is too small, no detail irrelevant. Summer has a destiny to fulfill. This is the ongoing story of Summer Wells, and the search continues. I am Agent Tim, the agent of evidence and truth, and we're not done yet. Stay with us.